Everyone thinks that in order to WQ you have to have godly mechanics, but people often forget to incorporate fighting IQ into their WQing. So today I'm going to be teaching you multiple different methods to incorporate fighting IQ into your game. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed, and let's get into the video. So the first example of how to WQ smarter is in this clip here. As you can see, I'm over at the raft and I'm looking in to see if I can get a kill. I'm going to get beamed coming up right here, get a shot in my back. I've lost 90 blue and I'm going to go down here. Gonna go med up down in this box. Now my whole goal of this play dropping down here is to bait this guy to come down and swing on my wall. And when he does, I'm gonna do a very basic edit move to always get high ground on someone. When someone is smacking on your wall, most people just edit out the front wall and they try and go for a shot. But this can obviously leave you vulnerable and you may die. So to avoid that, you're going to go to the box to the right or the box behind you, or even in this box right here. You can do it from really any box. I build a ramp up and then I'm going to place a cone in front of me. I'm going to drag a cone out in front of me. See how I'm not up here though? I'm placing the cone before I get up. And then when I place a floor as well, and then I double edit so that when he's looking at the wall below me, now I have just taken high ground, and then I can get a double edit on him, get a big shot, and I also throw a ramp in his face. This is very important because the ramp blocks his shot. Also, if I did take a shot, I can also just reset the cone. But throwing a ramp in their face usually means that the person is going to go out a certain direction. It's situational, but in this example, I forced the ramp into this guy's face, and he can't go this way because obviously you can't really walk in here, it's too small. But he can walk out this way, so he is going to do that, and I'm going to do the same exact trick I just did. Double edit, he realizes he can't go that way, he comes back, and I have him fully pieced, and I am able to finish off the fight with an easy pump shot. Alright, another thing we got to talk about when WQing smarter is you got to read people's body movement. And I'm going to show that in this example here. This guy's running below me, yada yada yada. He's going to come up here, turn this corner. He's going to come up. I'm going to get a little bit of a shot, try and double it on him. He blocks it off. Good play. He backs up, but he runs into this open space. I can get a crack, obviously. Keep the pressure on him. And the simple thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read this guy's body movement. First off, I try and throw a ramp in his box. But as I try to do that, he places a ramp so that I can't. Good from him, he notices that. But I also noticed that his body movement is turning to his left. I can see that, right? So I am going to predict his movement, double it on this side, so that if he does go out the direction, and I have it fully pieced, right? But he realizes that I'm doing that, good by him, and then he tries to double edit on me. But I counter this with a wall so that he can't shoot me. That blocks him off. And now I am going to edit on him. He doesn't reset it in time. I get a big hit, and then all I have to do is spray him. But the thing is, he has nowhere else to go, and he's actually going to run back into that old box that I made, and that allows me to pick up that free kill. Also, in both of those fights, I took 0 damage, so make sure that you guys are trying to do damage without taking damage. Alright, so now I'm actually going to show you guys one of my mistakes, and it's actually me not incorporating fighting IQ into my fighting. Now, chilling up here, my scanner coin's going to go off, and I see this guy over here. I'm going to try and push him. I do a little bit of damage, and then I dash on his box. This guy makes a mistake by building in wood, but I make an even bigger mistake in a second. You're going to see me go up to this wall and try and block him. Double edit in here. This was good. Then I try and take the wall. But my problem is I wide edit where he can see me. And this allows him to 50-50 me, and I'm going to die from it. Because he instantly 2-taps me, and I die. Now, a lot of people would say that, oh, you got unlucky. But this is actually very preventable. In this fight here, I take this wall. All I have to do in this fight here is edit, reset. That's it. And the guy would shoot the wall, and then I would be able to hit 2 clean shots and finish off the fight. But I didn't. If you want to see an example of that, go check out the video in the description. It will teach you everything you need to know about wall resetting. But this would have been very preventable if I would have just hit a simple wall reset. Also, this is a heads up to all of you. Go VOD review and learn from your mistakes. That's the way you're going to improve at the game and get better at WQing in general. Another thing I don't see a lot of people do is changing angles when fighting and WQing. As you can see in this fight here, I realized that this fight isn't worth it going at that angle. So I changed the angle, drop down, and now I have access to the box. I get a crack, swing on the wall, realize that there is no wall in between me and him. So what I mean by that is look right here. There is no wall in between these 2 boxes. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. And I am able to counter that by breaking that wall and then placing a ramp in between me and him. Then he has to run away, and now he has to create space. I know this wall is weak, so I go straight through that wall. I try and cone him through the build. It doesn't work out, so I just keep my pressure, But most importantly, I change the angle again. I don't go swinging on this because I know that it's going to be healthy and it's just not worth the swing on it. So I do a very, very simple side jump and catch myself with a floor so that I change my angle. Then swing on my pickaxe again, try and catch him in a cone, but he doesn't actually end up getting up and he turns right. Then I'm able to change the angle again and finish off that fight with a single shot. You'll notice again that I also didn't even take damage in this fight. Also, if you guys want to see some more exclusive content on how to improve yourself as a player, go check out the link in the description where you guys can join my community. It's still in the early works and it is free. Also, if you guys do join the community, you have a chance to be shouted out. Here's today's. So if this does interest you, go in the link in the description and let's get back to the video. Also, if we're going to talk about W King, you obviously have to mention the mythic boss. It is probably one of the most important things that comes to W King because having this mythic changes the game for you and you can see everywhere everyone is, and that's going to give you a huge advantage going into every single fight. Also, once you kill the boss, you should always be looking around and scouting where everyone is. I pick up my flowberry, I see this guy's feet, I know this is a real player, so I'm not even going to waste a second and shockwave out of there, and then I'm going to fight him later. A lot of people get in this scenario where there's a third party next to you just chilling. So for example, this guy is basically just chilling, waiting for me and this guy to end the fight. And a lot of people don't take the proper peeks to ensure that they don't take damage while they're fighting. So this example here, I realize this guy's on my left wall. And I'm trying to chill because I know there's people around me and I don't want to have to deal with a third party. But I know that the only way I'm going to get this guy to back off is by doing damage to him. So I'm going to wait patiently on the wall, wait for him to do something. Then I'm going to swing left so that I can see him, get a shot off. Now I change the angle, smack on his left wall. I realize this is my wall, then swing in, try and get a beam. Get in there. I'm jumping in his box. Get him super weak right here. Drop in, crack him. I'm just chasing him. And I realized that there's nowhere for him to go. But I always notice that everyone who places armored walls is with their floors. They never replace the floors because they need a way out. Now this guy actually has a problem because the floors that he's sitting on are actually mine. And he doesn't realize this. And I take advantage of it by just simply double editing him down. And then I can just spray him and pick up a free medallion. Another thing about W King is making space after you get a kill. So in this example, this guy jumps in my box and I'm not able to avoid it. And I have to 50-50 this guy. Get him weak. I reset the cone so that it's blocking him. And then when he shoots the cone, all I have to do is finish him. Ayo. But then when this guy rolls up to here, I instantly make space this way so that I have a get out option. And I armor wall it off so that I have time to heal. I also notice my surroundings. I know where I am. I know there's cactuses near me. So I jet back over to the cactus and then I just get my meds up from there. Also, another thing, learn to W key in end games and mid games. Those are going to be the best fights for you, and you're going to learn a lot more in those fights. Early game fights, sure, there's stuff that you can learn, but when people are more stacked and there's better people in the mid games and end games, you're going to learn a ton from these fights. That's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed and go join my community. It's free. And if you guys want to see more content like this, go check out these videos right here. And I'm out. Peace.